Hi everyone, I welcome you all to India's largest learning platform, Unacademy. And today we have with us Mr. Rocky Kumar, and he is All India 49 in ESE, as well as he has secured very good rank in GATE. और अभी इनको रेलवे मिल चुका है इन्हें, और उसके बाद ही इज हियर विद अस टू शेयर हिज एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ प्रिपरेशन एज वेल एज। एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट बात है कि पहले रॉकी जॉब कर रहे थे प्राइवेट सेक्टर में, ही देयर ही लेफ्ट द जॉब एंड उसके बाद प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट की। तो आप सर शेयर करेंगे अपना एक्सपीरियंस हमारे सारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ जो अनअकैडमी में आपको देख रहे हैं जी।
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to speak here. It's a honor to just sharing your story and your journey to people so that they can, even a single person can get inspired from me. That's a privilege actually. Firstly, I introduce myself. As ma'am said, I'm Rocky Kumar. I have done my graduation in 2016 from NIT Trichy, Tamil Nadu. Then I actually got placed in Trident Limited, which was posted. I was posted in Punjab then, and so I was one of the highest paid student in that year in mechanical. So when I joined there, I find myself in a place which was very insecure, and which was really, I didn't like the work ethic there. The work culture was not very toxic. I found the work culture very toxic there. I had this kind of, when you grow up in a place like Bihar and UP, you have this, while growing up, you have this sarkari job, tendency. You have this attraction towards the government job anyhow. So back of my mind, it was always there that, yeah, government job and stuff. But when I was actually getting paid very high at that time because freshers don't get paid that much. So I decided to just continue there. But I didn't like the culture. I didn't want it to be in life full of insecurity always. I didn't want to be unhappy. So I decided I'll go for ESE finally. So I quit my job in 2018 then, and I started preparing since then. In Delhi, I started preparing for it. So when I decided to prepare, actually, I started preparing while I was doing the job itself. But that time I find it very inconsistent. I used to prepare for a few days very well. Then I used to get, again, some work used to come up and I used to get bound up. And then it was very difficult to again continue. So then I decided, no, this is not going to happen like this. I have to quit my job. Then I quit my job and I came to Delhi. I took professional help. I joined coaching, which I think is very essential when you decide like that. When you decide like me, I was doing a job and then I decided to compete for ESE, which was very competitive exam. So there are lots of people appearing for it. And when you go for like 1.5 years, when you decide that 1.5 years I'm going to go for ESE, then you have to take professional help because there is a difference when you just go there and you do your stuff. Then you have to do a lot of research there, like what portion I should study, what portion I should leave, and what field I should be more, invest my time into, and what field I have to just go through it. So that takes actually time, and that kind of time you don't have there. 1 year, there is a lot of syllabus, and you can't do it on your own. So I think it's very essential to take professional help. It may be a coaching institute. It may be anyone you know from before. They can tell you, okay, this is the syllabus and this is the portion you must focus more on. So I decided to join a coaching institute and then started preparing for it. And the preparation was amazing for me. I am very much, I'm that kind of person who have a goal in life. If I have a goal in life, then I just work really hard and I enjoy the process. And that's it. That is the one thing I want to say to the students. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Like most of the students take the journey very stressful. They are in the lots of pressure. Like, I have to crack ESE or I have to crack GATE or any kind of any competitive exam for that matter. They are under lots of stress that, I have to do this. They constantly worry about the result. What I'll suggest them, that enjoy the process, enjoy the journey you are living, because that is a 1.5 year journey. You can't be miserable in that journey. You have to be very cheerful. Unless and until you're cheerful, until you're enjoying your journey, you can't be reaching your goal. Even you reach your goal, like I have reached my goal. That was a momentarily happiness. I got my result. I was happy. I shared with anyone. Then there is not much. If you join the services, then I'll work it. I work towards it. But you know that momentarily happiness is not going to give you, is not going to take your 1.5 year misery. Like you have to be happy in that period also. So one thing I would like to say, that be cheerful, be happy, be positive during the preparation also. Enjoy the phase you are in. So when I talk about my strategy, my preparation strategy, it was very simple because I was giving very seriously for the first time ESA. Then I used to go to the coaching classes. Then I used to take proper notes there. It is very essential to take proper notes there, because you know when a teacher is explaining something, some concept on the Blackboard or anywhere on the online platform, then you feel that okay, I know it, I get it, I understand it. But will you able to recall it for a longer period? When after a few months, when you recall it, when you revisit it, there is there is a chance that you'll just forget it. There you won't be able to recall everything which was taught in the class, but you have written down it properly, then you can revisit it anytime. And our mind works like that, right? Because if we have to train our mind in a certain way, that you have to revisit it again and again and again, so that it gets it gets printed in our mind, so that when we want it, when we like in exams, when we want this equation I want, or this concept I want, we can use from our mind. Till that time, take a note, revisit it again and again. So I should take proper note. Then I used to come back and I used to finish whatever was taught in the class related to that, whether it was a workbook problem, whether it was previous year problem. I used to finish it on that day itself. I would suggest to students that don't ever postpone your that day work to another day, because what happens that it will pile on again and again. It will be a huge task for you. It will become a burden for you later on in life. So I'll suggest that finish whatever you had to do on that day itself, then go ahead. And I also I used to keep at least 1.5 hour for revision purpose. Because it is important. What happens that when you are, because syllabus is so big in technical and non-technical, both portions, syllabus is so much that one subject gets over, then another subject comes, then another subjects come. So what happens that first subject which was got over in suppose March, and you are again revisiting in June, then what happened that it will be very new for you. You will feel like, oh, I'm starting from scratch again, I'm starting from zero, and that should not happen. And that, if that happens, then it will again take you the same amount of time then, and you won't be very confident about it. So I'll suggest everyone to keep 1.5 hour at least for revision purpose. Go through it, go through a class notes, or go through the previous year, what you have done, what you have solved the problems. You should mark the problem which you find difficult during the practice. You know, when you practice, then you mark the problem. Like I find question number 2 very difficult, mark that. Okay, this one, when I again visit it, instead of going through the easy questions, go through the difficult ones, which you marked before. So go through that and again do it. If you find it again difficult, then mark it again, second mark it. And if you find it easy, then cross it. So it is like that. So revision, you go through the class notes, or you go through the question you have solved before. So it was like that. My prelims preparation was like that. So when I finished my prelims, then their phase came when classroom got over, my classes got over, and I had almost 2 months of time where I had for the self-study. So in that period, what I have done, I have literally taken that period for the practice itself. I have finished my short note preparation. I have finished everything before that, and then I have taken that period for the practice. I used to take mock test series of different coaching institute, except that when I was where I was studying. Beside that, also I used to take, it is available in the market. Anyone can purchase it. So I used to take that and used to practice it. So practicing it for the continuous 3 hours is very important. And by practicing a full length paper, then only you'll get the idea how it is going to be in the exams. Unless and until you practice it that level for the 3 hours continuously, you can't be able to decide, okay, I'm doing it or not. And one thing, while solving any question, you solve it completely. Don't leave it in between that, okay, I will do it, leave it. So that is going, because accuracy matters here. Accuracy matters because when people normally, when I meet my friends or my colleagues, they say, oh, I've done a silly mistake. And silly mistake, where does that silly mistake comes from? The silly mistake comes from the mindset that, okay, when you was practicing before, you were not finishing the problem. You were just leaving it in between. You were not finding the result, and you were not, comparing your result, whether it's a right or wrong. So when you do it in the exam, you don't know, I mean, whether you are finding a right answer or a wrong answer. So finish the problem, never leave in between. Either don't touch it or you just finish it. You have a less time, then don't touch it. Do selective problem. So that was my strategy. Uh, for prelims, I used to do lots of mock test series, and also I used to give test series as well. Yeah.
And Raki, what were your marks in prelims? What were your marks out of total?
2019 was very unexpected paper for mechanical.
Yeah. So unexpected. A lot of calculation was there in the paper.
Yeah, so much calculation was there, and people were. I was very skeptical that I would be getting qualified for prelims or not. While coming out of the examinations hall, I had tears in my eyes, and I was so devastated. I was coming from metro, and I was crying, literally crying, because you put your heart and soul. Yeah, I was literally crying because I had put a lot of things on stake. I had a hugely paying job, and I took this decision. My family was against it. My friends were suggesting, "Are you crazy or what?" There is a very less chances of opportunities and employment is there. Like, so why are you doing that? And when I had given that paper, I was like devastated. What is going to happen? I am wasted my full year. But eventually, the paper was like that. You can't. Eventually, I got to know that everyone's was like that. When you are in the examination hall, you don't know how everyone's went well. So my marks was 108 in the non-technical part and 112 in technical part. So 217 total.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Rocky, that means it was a really very hard decision for you to start preparing, leaving such a good job, because as I have got the information, you have left 20 lakhs job. Your package was 20 lakhs. It was a really big thing to do and take such decision when nobody is taking, taking the side and feeling like you leave the job. And in fact, the last video, you had the interview with Gaurav Rajoria. So there were students who were talking about the harassment that is happening in the government sector. Like you said that in the private job that you were doing, you didn't like the environment, you didn't like their work culture over there. So many of the students are having this thing in mind that in government sector also it's like lot of harassment and their working is not good. So you are telling that for private sector, and now most of the students have this in mind in for government sector. So what will you like to say in this?
See, everyone has a perspective wherever you are, like whether it's a private sector or the public sector. There is going to be a complaint, and yes, I'm in touch with some of friends who are in public sector as well. and they also complain about politics in their department, and everything is there. But again, when I compare my experience with their experience, I had politics going on in my company as well. I had everything which goes on in a public sector company in my company as well. Except that, in addition to that, I have lots of insecurity as well. I was having insecurity of losing a job. So at least that won't be there, and I'll figure out. When I go there, I figure out whether there is a politics really, and a good worker is always appreciated, and it depends on you how you conduct yourself. Because when I was in my company, I still have friends from there. I still have my subordinates calling me and saying, "Sir, what are you doing, and how is life for you?" So it depends on you how you turn yourself into. If you are good with people, they are going to be some wicked people. They won't be good to you. But if you're good with people, they are normal things. People will be good with you. So I'll figure out that. But yes, there is private job as well. There are lots of insecurity. So you can't get away with it. There are politics. There are bad culture as well in private jobs. So
Yeah.
it
You
was my experience.
exactly. This is like okay, Rocky. The
You will
next thing that I want you to discuss is your experience of test series, because now the time has come. Only 5 to 6 months are left out as of today that we are recording this lecture. Today is, I think, 26th of July, and only 5 to 6 months are left out. 5 months are left out if we talk about ESE. So, what do you think when the
yes,
students
ma'am.
start taking the test series, and how they must be reacting to themselves according to their marks? Because when the marks are low, so most of the students are like, okay, I'm not performing well, what to do, how to do, and they are like in
Yeah.
panic. And if the marks are coming too high, then they will think that, oh, I have won the complete world. So that
Yes.
same kind of things come to all the students. So how do you want to manage both the reactions or thought process of the students? What do you want to say for this?
Yes. I'll say you what the real purpose of test series is.
Okay.
I think the real purpose of test series is your self-assessment. There are two things. First, your self-assessment, where you stand in all India basis. There are test series which keeps you all India ranking as well. Second, there is practice also. Like like how you are gonna perform in the exam depends on whether you are sitting there for 3 hours and actually giving the test. So they create an ambience, they create atmosphere where you can actually give the test, and you can uh, get the experience of examination hall. So first thing, self-assessment, like you were saying, there are people who get really depressed when they get low marks, and there are people who get really excited when they get high marks. I won't recommend any of that, because there are many type of people who are giving test tests. Firstly, there are people who have qualified interviews last year, and they
Yeah.
also was not selected, some of because of some reasons or something. So they have already studied everything, and now you are giving test series with them as well. So there are they have already studied, and you are now studying only. You are having a less practice. You are having less number of hours you have given to the preparation. So when you initially give the exams, there can be a situation where you can get less marks. When I started giving test series, I was beyond 500. I was not even in the top
Beyond
500
500,
in
yeah.
the test series. Yes, so that is the case. But I was not devastated by that. I'll say that don't be devastated by that. You see it as an opportunity. You do better with each test series. That is important. Improvement is important. Not like scoring high is not important. Improve is important. Be 500, then I gave another test series. I was within 500, then I was within 400. Then when the last test series came, I was within 10 or I was within 20. So that is the improvement that you should strive of. Your graph should go up. Your graph should not go down. Once you get a very high mark, get excited, and then chill out and then you lose your practice, then obviously the people who are freshers, they are going to work harder and go ahead of you. So don't get too casual in your approach, or don't get too depressed in your approach. Both are not good situation. And one more very important thing, don't ever compare your marks with your friends or the people you know. That is going to be, that is not suggestible, because and when other person is doing well whom you don't know, that's okay. When your friend is doing well and you are not doing well, then that psychology comes when you feel like, oh my god, I'm like the loser and he is the winner. So maybe it's a human psychology. I'm just saying, don't compare your marks with your friends. That is very harmful. It's a deteriorating in your preparation. And especially the test series happens in the last phase of exams. You can't take that risk of demotivating yourself. Keep yourself motivated during that time. That is very important. Yeah.
Rocky, the second question that I'm getting into my mind that I want to ask, because I have been in touch with so many students these days, and daily I am talking to 5 to 10 students on phone also. Most of the students are like worried about no vacancies are coming, no vacancies are coming, as you have qualified in 2019 itself.
Yes.
At the time of leaving the job, you didn't get that in mind that vacancies are very less, how you're going to manage it? Because I think in 2019 also and 18 also, there were very less vacancies even in ESE. At the time, like students are coming out of college, they are confused whether to go for the preparation or not. At that point, they're confused. But there are people who are leaving the job and then coming to this thing, preparation. So did you get that thing in your mind? Keep vacancies are less, that how that, I think this is the kind of like not believing on yourself.
Yeah. So Minu, there is something called you have to convince yourself before you try to come into something. So it's a very big decision for anyone. Like you said, there are people who are leaving their job and coming here for preparation. Yes, there are less vacancies. Yes, there is going to be, anyway, government job always has less vacancies. Whether it's a 10 years back or 5 years back, it's always difficult. You can't complain about that. Okay, there are less vacancies now. There were less vacancies before also. I had that in mind. I knew that there are 100. That time there were 120 vacancies in ESE, and that's not easy. I mean, yeah,
so
almost.
Less,
but
120
eventually it got reduced to, yeah, it eventually got reduced into 87, almost. So that's not also very large number of vacancies. But you have to, like I always try to do self-assessment before I surrender myself into something. So I had that kind of belief in myself. I will be able to do it. Because you take reference of people. Like I am a normal student who is working, who is going there. I had my senior who was an ESE officer. So I taken that reference that if he can do it, why not I can do it? I had always that approach in my mind. If a simple person can do it, if a person who is just equivalent to me, if he can do it, then I can do it. It just depends on my determination power. It depends on what I'm going to do with my time and my energy, how I'm going to plan it. So you can do it. You have to decide how you are going to do it. Whether you're going to take that leap of faith and you are going to invest that much. You can't decide one day that, okay, I'm going to do it. And without any planning, without any strategy, you jump into preparation, then you are ultimately going to be phased out. You are going to get demotivated at some point of time and you are not going to succeed. I have seen people, each one of us who left our job in Trident, either they are IS officers or they are working in a very well-reputed PSUs. So I'll confidently say that if you have that kind of determination, if you really strategize and plan your effort, then I think with the smart work and with the real and strategic planning, you can achieve your goal. That is not impossible.
It was really
Vacancy
nice.
can be anything.
Your thoughts on this is really good. The second thing, or I mean the third thing that I want to say that You have shared your experience after pre-exam that you were totally devastated and you were literally crying at that time because paper was too tough. I
Yes.
still remember students
Yes.
came out of that and said that pi. So whole paper was pi and nobody knew how to cancel that pi and how to solve that. So
Yes.
it was the review of so many students at that time. What was your experience after mains exam and your preparation phase in mains?
Uh, so, uh, after prelims, after I gave the examinations and I came back, so there was little doubt that okay, whether I'm going to be qualifying or not. But I was almost, I am in the borderline. I will get qualified, kind of that kind of. And anyhow, I had to prepare for mains. So I started preparing for mains in February itself, like
Okay.
the mains classes started and I started preparing for that. After gate examination, I directly started. I didn't come home. I started preparing for mains. So my strategy for mains was I already knew the theory. So what I needed, I needed the structural representation of solution. That is more important in mains. You have to know how to represent a solution in your paper and how to select questions. We have 7 questions. We have to do uh, 5 questions only. So how to select the question, number of questions, and what question you want to leave, what question you can approach. So you have to decide which subjects you are very comfortable in, which subject is taking more time, which subject is taking less time, and that test series again help in that. You give test series, then you find out that okay, these are the subjects I have to, like for example, design. People know design takes time. If some person go and start give their exam by taking a design question, then ultimately they're going to lose time. And again, mains is very time strict. The time is very less, and you don't have to stop there. You have to keep writing, you have to keep solving, and you have to complete as much as you can. You don't have to solve complete 5 questions. Even you do like 3.5 4 questions properly, then I think that your chances of mains are very high. uh, by strategy, same strategy. I have to go to class, I have to come back, I have to practice, I have to give test series. In mains, I have taken 2 coaching test series because time was more, except
Yeah, yeah.
and I needed more practice, honestly speaking. So yeah, I have given 2 test series in mains examination.
Okay. And after coming out of the examination center, how was your this time
Yeah.
experience?
Means I was okay. In means I knew I have done okay. Okay. I mean I was, because you go through the worst and you don't start suspecting the good and bad also. So even I have done bad, then I was had that kind of experience that in prelims I was like really devastated. Then I qualified it. Then I had that kind of confidence. Okay, I find I survived this exam also. So I was not that bad after mains examination.
Okay, then comes the interview. So you started preparing
Yeah.
for the interview just after the mains exam, or you waited for the result and then started preparing for interview?
No, no, no. I actually started preparing. I had few interviews in between, but I've started preparing after some time. I have taken a break of almost 15, 20 days.
Okay.
Then I've started preparing for interview. What I've done, there is a difference between prelims, mains, and interview. So prelims and mains, you have to very exam oriented. You have to be selective that what to study and what not to study. And in interview, you have to clear your concept. You can't be selective in that way, because there are areas where you can't be ambiguous in interviews. You have to very defined in interview. You have to very clear in interview what you want to say and how you want to say it. So you have to very clear in interview. So what my strategy in interview was, uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I used to look for previous asked questions, what
Okay.
was previously asked, which subjects are favorite and which subjects I have to focus. Uh, the subjects which I lacked, like material science production, power plant, these were the subjects where I was like finding difficult in prelims and mains. Then I focused on that subject more. Like there are more theories, and for interviews, material science and production are very important. These studies study materials and introduction thoroughly before going for the interview. Any interview, they'll ask you lots of questions from that. I used to study books. Books are important for interview preparation. You study books, not full chapter. At least you study some portion where you find like, oh, there is, you can predict after giving prelims and mains. You can predict what are the exam, what are their intention, how they are going to ask questions. You have that kind of sensibility and understanding how examiner works, how interviewer works, and you see the previous questions as well. And there are interview preparation coaching classes. They conduct interview and they train you in that way. They give you an idea which field you should choose, which field you should not choose. So I think that helps you. So that was my strategy, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Rocky, there is I have a student, his name is Vaishnav Chaudhary, and he's a very keen student and working really, very hard. And he has a question for you. What you will suggest, I'm just reading the as it is question that he has sent in the group. What you will suggest according to the situation in India for mechanical engineering student, should they go for MTech in IIT, IISc or PSU as it consumes time and seats are decreasing? Or they should go for MS from foreign university through GRE or TOEFL. What you suggest, which is the best for long-term success and happiness in life? Which is the word?
Okay.
He has asked so many questions in the same comment. In the foreign university,
yeah, there are so many questions.
Also, everything he has given in the same.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And he has asked a philosophical question also, what's greater happiness and
happiness also.
So I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I'll take that question from his last part. He wanted, if you want happiness, then you have to figure out yourself what you really want. Happiness cannot come from anyone else's path. You have to choose your path. You have to choose your destination. What do you want? It's not exclusive. You can't be you can't keep 5 doors open that, okay, this closes, then I'll go this and we'll go this. You have to, at least 2 options you keep open, but you can't keep 100 options open and then you get confused. You will be like, what to do next? So everything is different. You want to go to MTech, you want to go to foreign university, if you want to go to PSU or you want to go to ESE. I agree, ESE seats are decreasing. I agree, PSU seats are decreasing, but there are few seats. You can't deny that. So after getting into MTech, after getting into GRE or foreign university, what is your goal? What do you want to do? You want to do a research? You want to pursue higher studies, or you want to find a job? If your goal is to find a job, you have to decide, am I going to give my 2 years for again studying, again doing the research work? There are lots of responsibilities in MTech also. There are lots of responsibilities when you go abroad also. I have my friends who are studying abroad. I have my friends who are doing masters, MS in foreign universities. It's not easy. They're also struggling. They're also finding a job, and they are, again, they had very well-deserved passion for it. Then that's why they went for it. It's not like there was a passion, there was a trend, so they decided to go. So, the good candidate always had the advantage, whether it's a PSU, whether it's a ESE or it's a GRE and MTech. A good candidate anywhere, whether it's a private job or public job, he is always appreciated. So you have to decide what field interests you more. That is more important. Only if you go into the interested field, then only you will be happy. Otherwise, you will be frustrated. Like me, I decided to go to the private firm. Although I had a good job, but again, same thing. No? I mean, I had a good job, but I was frustrated because I didn't do what I wanted to do. I did what I thought right for me. So again, you have to decide what's good for you and so what do you want to do in life. So decide for yourself. Every field has an opportunity and every field has disadvantage. It's not like you go to MTech or you go to MS and there is a job waiting for you. You have to struggle there as well. So you decide yourself what you want.
Yeah, people actually thinks that there must be a spoon feeding. If I'm going to do MTech from IISc, then job is in my pocket.
Yeah.
People think like that only, because it's not that. If you're going for IISc
No.
or for MTech also, then also you have to work hard over there. Rocky, there is a thing that
Exactly. I
is
mean, during the
like,
period also.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. During that period also, there is like lots of efforts go get into. Like you have to go, you have to teach, you have to go to the classes, you have to take classes, you have to do research, you have to publish a paper. There are lots of things. You can't
Yeah, there are a lot of
blindly
things.
get into because you have the marks, you have the score. You have to think before you join something.
True. There is a situation that I'm recalling right now after talking to so many students.
Yeah.
Many of the students are
Yes.
in a phase like preparing for like 1 year they prepared and did not score too well, like they got 65, 70 marks. And after that, they are preparing again. So I have came across a student recently and he was like, ma'am, I'm giving the test. I have prepared everything. I have practiced a lot. I'm giving the test. I'm getting the marks, but I'm trying to improve. Like I have given the test today and I haven't got that good
Yes.
marks, which I was expecting. Then I try to improve in the next text for like 2 to 3 days after I have given again the test. But marks are not increasing. What to do? My marks are not increasing. So have you come into such situation, like you told that you were like above 500 and then in the end you came
Yes.
till top 10, then why did you get the situation ki marks बढ़ ही नहीं रहे हैं, marks is not increasing, what to do in a frustrated situation? Have you ever gone to that?
Definitely, Meenu. I mean, we all go through such situation. Like you
All
put
go
so
through.
much effort, then results, yeah, results doesn't come. So we go through that. But when you consistently put effort, maybe in the next test it does not improve. Next test it does not improve, but eventually it will get improved. So keep continuing your hard work, keep putting. But hard work should not like I'm doing just for the sake of I'm sitting 10 hours and I'm not like putting the hard work in the right direction. So if you are getting less marks, first analyze where you are lacking, where you are making mistakes. What do you want? What you need to work on? What area actually you lack into? So on that field you work on. You don't just start from the beginning. You see what portion I want to work on it. I mean, if you are giving 5 hours, give 4 hours at least to the area which you are lacking into it. So then only you can improve now. What you are lacking into, if you work on it, then only you can improve. If you are again doing the same thing again and again, then you can't improve that way. You have to decide, okay, which area I have to put my effort so that I can improve myself.
Yeah, true. That means everyone is going through the same situation. The difference between the person who is getting
Definitely,
selected is that they're improving, knowing their fault that they are making, and the difference between the person who is not getting
exactly.
selected, he is going to repeat again the same problem. This is what the thing
Yeah,
is coming.
don't exactly. Don't get demotivated, man. I mean, it's a long process. If you get
It's a
demotivated,
long
I
process.
I like I it's a long process, 1.5 year journey. It's not easy. I mean,
Easy.
I used to be like one thing I'll say to students, like find
Yeah.
a companion who is like really sincere like yourself, find him and cry for him. Like I found one person who was really sincere, then we used to call in 15 20, and we used to oh what is going to happen between us. So we used to motivate each other. So find one person who is very sincere, who will motivate you in your low time, who will not demotivate you in low time. So he'll say right things which you know right for you. When someone else point it out, then it gets just concrete. When someone else say, okay, this is what needs to be done, then you feel charged again, you feel fired up again. Then find that person and do whatever you want to do. So that is important. Yeah.
True. It's like it's really good talking to you. I hope that most of the students would get the answer to the questions and their preparation will get a little bit easy, because there are many students in our an academy because online classes are there. So there are many students who are doing
Yeah.
the job and then preparing. So they are not able to manage their time and they are like most of the time frustrated, and they will call and say that this is not happening, that is not happening. So job ke sath prepare karna is also something very huge thing. It's a very huge thing.
Commendable. It's commendable. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a tough task.
Definitely, it's a huge thing. I mean, obviously, going to office for 8 9 hours, coming back preparing for it, and people do it. That's what I said. There are different type of people. People do it, and people get success as well. So you can't say one type of person only succeed. That is not true. Like you can be any version of yourself. You can get success. Not I'm sharing my story doesn't mean that my kind of people only get success. Maybe a person who is completely opposite of me can get success. So there is no defined formula for success. You can be anyone you want to be, and you still can get success. Only thing is that you have to very honest with your effort. Only thing is that you have to constantly working hard, consistently putting your effort, and you will get success. Definitely, you'll get success.
Yeah, definitely. People will get success if you work really hard. It was really nice
Yes.
talking to you, Rocky, and you have shared a lot of information, and
Same
your
here.
like too much motivating word that after pre you got too devastated and crying, and even after that you something like in the February itself you started preparing for mains, and if someone like normal people, what they will do, they will wait for the result. Oh, I am going to get selected or not, then I'll prepare for this. So it was really nice listening to your journey, and we always try to see the people who are working hard and moving towards their journey in a very calm and humble manner, making balance to so many things in life which comes across. Thank you so much, Rocky, and it was really nice. Anything if you want to say to the students in the last, please.
Yes. So thank you so much. I mean, I hope someone might find my voice, my words wise, and uh, work on it. And I only say that don't worry about it. I mean, don't get too frustrated or devastated. Just work hard in a right direction, and doesn't matter, man. I mean, how much vacancies are there or how much people are intelligent. Like I come across few people who are like, okay, there are students from previous year who gave interview and not selected, then they are also with me. So competition is used. So it's there. It's my time also. I was there. Like there are people from previous year as well. So I got selected. I am the proof that you can get selected as well. I am a very average kind of student. So you can get selected, and doesn't matter how many vacancies are there. You are going to
Yeah,
get
true.
selected. Keep your morale high and keep working hard. God bless you, and stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.